Hey, I did 90 kilos. 90 kilos is a lot for me.
No, it is. I'm not saying it isn't. But see, that's
But
the
I
best thing
thought I
that
was going to get to 110 today, so I was a bit
when
bummed.
you arrived and you were doing 90 kilos, it was like the biggest thing in the world. Now you're like pissed off that you can't put more weight on because 90 kilos should be
I know.
I don't think you could do 90.
No, probably not.
I think we did 40 kilos, didn't we? First session.
40. I'm pretty sure I did 40.
You had like a box squat, I think, as the first session. It was 40 kg.
I was doing 40. I was also nervous that I didn't want to like get serious DOMs.
Yeah, that's true.
But yes.
Shall we start recording?
Yeah.
Okay, I look really informal, don't I?
Anything to make sure my jaffle's not going to rot.
I think that would be good. Did you want one for me? Or?
Yeah, I did that. 6 minutes, quite perfect. Can you hear me now? Is that better? Yeah, we're good. Okay.
I don't know what to do with my hands on the booth. Hey guys.
Nicola, welcome.
Thanks,
How you been
Lachy.
going? It's good to
Yeah,
have you on
good.
the couch. The old red couch is ready to rock and roll.
I love the normies.
Now, obviously, whenever we have athletes come through, it's always good to have a bit of a chat with them about when they've done their programming. Obviously, you're at the back end now, about to go back into pre-season with the Giants. 2 weeks away, ready to go. I'm sure you're a bit nervous. But with the COVID thing that occurred with us, that created a little bit of a hole in a lot of people's training. Obviously, we absorbed a lot of athletes that came on board here to make sure they filled those gaps. So I probably wanted to start with, when you came on board here, what was one of the biggest things that you were hoping to get out of it? Obviously, with the Giants being unable to satisfy an off-season program based on obviously the issues that were going there. What sort of things were you looking for when you first came on board?
Well, I guess the main thing for us as AFLW players is we are on 6-month contracts. So we're at the footy club for 6 months, and then I guess during our off season we all sort of go off and do a bit of our own things. So we do have some great guidance at the Giants, but leaving and you do get a little bit less attention when you are in that off season. At the end of our season, I tore my hamstring, as you guys know, and I just really, it's the second time I've done it, and I guess a big focus is for me going into this 5th season at the Giants now is really making sure I get on top of that and not tearing my hamstring again. So yeah, given that we aren't officially at the footy club for 6 months, I thought it would be a really good idea to get some really specific help and really make sure I get on top of that injury and hopefully not tear it again this season.
Exactly, yeah. And speaking of the hamstring, obviously you were referred to us through physio side of things, and obviously having that hamstring issue and a history of hamstring issues, a lot of people always start to mentally put that pressure on the hamstring, always focusing on the hamstring, and often sometimes don't look in other places. Obviously with the testing battery that we use with all athletes that come in, we put you through it. Obviously found a few little issues that we wanted to prevent with. One of them being a little bit around joint stiffness and that inability for your calf to really have good ankle stiffness and create that spring, but also a bit of lateral hip work as well. So almost above and below. Now obviously we've tried to hammer that as best as we can, so we'll see how we go in season. But how's the hammy feel now after the programming, after the blocks? There's always going to be little flare-ups here and there, but how's the confidence feeling with the hamstring?
Yeah, really good. Well, I went into, so obviously Giant season finished and I played club football in my off season. So went to North Shore and played, I think I played around 7 games in the end there and didn't tear a hamstring. So for me, that was a real confidence booster, and just goes to show how much you guys have helped me here and how much the work that I put in here has helped me to not tear that hamstring. And our AFLW season is generally only 8 to 10 weeks, and to get through 7 games of North Shore club football is really positive, and so I'm feeling really confident and excited to go into this season.
Right. I think a thing that I've noticed with you as well, when you came in here, you probably weren't the one that would be too attached to lifting heavy and pushing a bit of load. I think we were saying before that the old 40 kilo squat when we started was certainly something you want to try and improve. I've certainly, a change in you that I've noticed massively is that almost desire to try and push a little bit hard and lift a little bit heavier. And I think for me, I confirm, if I'm wrong or not, but I've definitely noticed with athletes that go into the off season that do some dedicated programming, it's a great opportunity for them to actually appreciate moving some heavy weight, because you roll into a pre-season, you've got a whole heap of running loads, as you said, it's short with AFLW, and then you roll straight into the season.
Yeah.
And you don't really have that opportunity to push heavier loads or to be explosive and really challenge your body in the gym because you're always recovering or you're always doing running.
Yeah.
How did it feel to really allow yourself to get some, I suppose, exposure to some good strength work in here, knowing that you didn't need to pull up the best for a game or for a pre-season where they're watching every moment of you, you know, obviously for selection and all things like that?
Yeah, no, good question. I guess it is really tough when you get into pre-season because not only does your running load sort of start to increase and get a bit quicker as well, it also, you're kicking a lot more and there's a lot more contact. So after all of that and then getting into the gym and trying to lift really heavy weights is difficult. So it was nice to have that pressure off and not feel like I need to be 100% ready for a game, like you said, every week with North Shore. Obviously I want to be feeling good and feeling fit, but it was nice to have that pressure off and be able to chase a little bit more weight and feel really strong and I guess really set myself up for a good season ahead. So it's really been nice to do that in my off season and hopefully it pays off, and I guess lifting heavier is a little bit more normal for me. Heavier is a little bit more normal for me going into Giants season.
So obviously with at the Giants you've had North Shore training, you're used to training in a team environment where you know the team, you play with them on the weekend, everything like that. What was it like to come in to Athletes Authority where everyone's in a different team, everyone's doing different sports, different things and stuff like that, and it's probably important for us, we try and create that team environment for everyone here, whether that be an individual athlete or a team sport athlete, feel like they can come in and they are in a secondary team, another team, that gym team. How do you feel coming in here and lifting with people you had no idea about, you didn't play with on the weekend, but yet you still got to create a little bit of banter and lifting with them?
Yeah, it was interesting. Like you said, I've always been in a team sport and know all the girls really well. So it was interesting for me coming into a gym environment that is, you know, a team as well, but I don't know that many people. But in saying that, it was really great to see how all of the coaches were across everyone. I really felt like all the coaches knew what everyone was doing and what everyone's goals were and whatnot, and that was really comforting in itself. But it's also really nice to see people from different sports and learn about how they lift, what their goals are and whatnot, and I think it sort of shifts your perspective on a few things as well. I know that different sports, I guess, have different stereotypes almost, so to meet other people from other sports and learn some other things as well has been really good.
Yeah, fantastic. Well, it's a poor business model that we have that if we do a good enough job, we end up saying goodbye to our athletes because they move up into a pro contract or anything. Obviously for you, it's a bit of a short stint, but it's been fantastic to have you. So looking forward to seeing you run out there and hit some new high speeds with the season coming, eh?
We'll see, squatting heavy.
Indeed, cheers. Anything else? All good?